All right, so we be here at the Wally World. I'm gonna check Walmart first to see if they got any trees, right?
Yes.
Gotta find the trees. Right?
Yeah.
We made it.
Why?
The trees. How big do we need one? Do we need a really big? We got decisions here, guys.
That's huge.
I mean, I like real, but then you're cutting down trees, and I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it. So, oh, I don't know. That one's like 12. How tall is that?
Huge.
12 feet tall, guys. Yeah, 12 feet. Oh my gosh, yeah. Too many decisions.
Like these.
Wrapping paper. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Ooh, that does smell good. Alright, so I guess I'm not gonna find anything here but Subway over here, so.
That kid looks familiar. That's really creepy.
Yeah, might be someone you know.
Someone's
Oh my god.
hair is on that. That's disgusting.
But we got all these things right there. So we're gonna get back home and decorate, right? We're gonna do that.
Yes.
Oh man.
Woo!
So now we got a whole lot of stuff back there, huh?
Yes.
So that's gonna be fun, right?
Yes!
So we're gonna do this. So far, this is what we've got done with the tree. Right? So we're gonna be doing presents the next couple of days, wrapping up presents, but that's what it looks like here in this corner. So I moved this over here. Figured it'd be easier. But there it is, right? Right, Brianna? That's a good place for it. It's like 7.5 feet tall, right? I think that's what it was. But then that's when the little elves come out and start wrapping up presents each and every night. And then there's the big surprise on Christmas Day, right? That's when it all happens.
So, you should put a present under the tree each day.
Oh.
But he's gonna get 25 presents.
Well, that would be cool, huh?
I'm like, that means you're gonna get 25 gifts. The 25 gifts underneath the tree.
Yeah.
This knife had onion remnants, I think. The word remnants. I think that's, is it a word?
Residual or?
Reminiscent is a word I know, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck I'm saying. Remnants, I'm gonna search what's
The residual onion juice. I've been thinking about a lot of things lately. There's just a lot of things going through my head. And one of the most important things to me is family. I live for my family. Like, they mean the world to me. I feel like my existence itself was all to become a dad and to bring kids into the world who will grow up and just carry the whole family genes through generations. And it sucks when something has to come between family. Whether it's your kids or your siblings or your parents. It's just a shame when there has to be some kind of separation. Some kind of outside influence, perhaps. And in this case, there's definitely some outside influences that have come between family, and I feel this divide, this separation, this very sad feeling that, that the family, it's like we're falling apart and losing each other, and it's like this, I don't know, this force is come upon us. And I've always been about family. I'm a family man. Family always comes before anything. The last thing I am is a selfish person. I care so much about my family. I would do anything for my family. They come before my own self. And I could be highly misunderstood. Maybe by the way I come off. Maybe because I have this persona or this character that I portray, and sometimes the YouTube world gets mixed up with the reality that I live in. But I feel like I live another life because YouTube has created an alternate reality to some extent. And now facing the reality, because I've been as real as I can with you over the last 5-6 months. I've told you I'm being as transparent as I can about everything. And I've gone through so many struggles emotionally and financially, and here I am at this point where I just don't know if I could take another holiday of this, without just going off somewhere to an island and escaping to the sun where it's warm. The thing that I'm dealing with, that we're all dealing with in this family, is something that's really pushing this family apart. It's really keeping us together. It's really making the holidays sad because there's the emptiness during the holidays. There's something missing. There's something that was there. As I remember my kids growing up, it was such a magical moment, them experiencing the holidays, the opening the gifts under the tree, and I was so excited about it, so excited about seeing the happiness, the smiles, the laughs. Those things were so meaningful to me. It was such a sentimental and a magical moment. And of course, your kids grow up and they don't need you the same way, and those Christmases they're just not as magical anymore. But the time with family is still magical, no matter how old your kids are, no matter how old your family is. Christmas, or any holiday that you believe in, a time for families to get together and be under one roof and celebrate the holidays and have the dinners together and opening gifts, or just spending the time. Because it's not about the gifts. It's not about being able to afford presents and feeling obligated to give everybody presents every time there's a holiday. The best gift is family being together under the same roof. And this is what's taken a toll on me. And this is what's making it hard for our family to be together during the holidays. This is what is separating us. This is what's causing our family to fall apart. At least during the holidays, in a sense. Even though we're not really falling apart or failing, it's hard every holiday as you lose family members because of illnesses and things that are happening. But right now, it's the pandemic that's taken away the opportunity for our family to be together and to spend time during the holidays, to be in the same house, to have the family dinners together, to open the gifts under the tree, or just be around the tree and be in the same home and sharing that time together and reflecting on the past and the memories and the fun experiences that we had and the holidays that led up to the current holiday. And I'm struggling with it harder this year than previous years because I was so occupied and so busy with doing so many things and going on trips to Florida, taking care of business. I had job opportunities out there, was doing electrical work and doing other things. And when you're so busy in a place where you feel better, because if you have what I have, you'd understand. I have seasonal affective disorder, and the winter time causes me to feel sad. I feel like there's no life in the winter. The trees are losing their leaves. They become bald. They look lifeless. It gets cold. The daylight is minimal. It's dark early, and you barely can get any sun. So it's hard to get the vitamin D and the suntan that I normally would have in the summer. And all these feelings of like the coldness, the darkness, it becomes very depressing. So then my mind starts to fixate on the things that are so dear to me, like family, and I feel the bigger void because I'm not occupied by all those things. You know, when I'm in Florida, because it's warmer there, I'm escaping seasonal affective disorder, which is a thing. You should search it if you don't know what that is. And I'm in a happy place, although I would rather be in that warm climate with family. We cannot all be together for many reasons, and one is because of the pandemic. And that's the sad thing, is that's what separated us. It's the pandemic. It's what's happening in this world. I cannot have my family all in one roof. I'm talking everybody in my family. Parents, siblings, I'm talking extended family. It's like we cannot all be together in the same house anymore. And I know this is not just exclusive to me. This is something that's happening to so many different families, and we all cope with it in different ways. And I'm just sharing you my life, my take on this, and how I'm coping with it, because it's getting harder and harder every year, especially now that I cannot afford to go anywhere. I have no business opportunities in Florida except for a proposal that's in another area close to Florida, but I cannot get into that until I know for sure that's going to happen. But in the meantime, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this cold climate with my seasonal affective disorder, knowing that these holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, is going to be so difficult because we're not going to be together. We're not going to have all our family together. And then some family members of mine passed away. So that makes it even harder. And it's sad that these things are happening. And I'm trying to stay strong because, like I said, I'm all about family. I would do anything for my family. And I may have been misunderstood by some of you in the past through the YouTube content that I've created. And like I said, it's YouTube. And sometimes I feel like I am judged by YouTube content, that somebody will judge me, whether it's someone that I know personally or someone online. But should I really be affected? No. But if it's somebody that I know personally, then yeah, it kind of does affect me, especially if it's someone who could be really close. And it really does hurt when you get judged in a way, like you get looked down on, like you're some bad person for making YouTube videos, or you're a loser, or you need to get a life, or whatever it may be. Like, I don't understand why YouTube would kind of make someone out to be a bad person or a loser, or like you need to get a job or get a life. But the problem is, people don't understand. YouTube has always been a hobby, and I've never let it interfere with family. YouTube has been something where I integrated into our lives, and it was part of what we did, and it provided the opportunity for family to be places together, okay, and go places and have fun on vacations. And I enjoyed those moments. I enjoyed that time, and I cherished those moments, and I wanted to create so many more moments. And the pressure was on to be able to stay at home and be with my family and go places with them, and be the one that takes care of them, and not have to pay somebody to be their babysitters, and then they have to do all the things that I want to be able to do with my family and be there for my family. So I chose the path to work at home and do e-commerce. And you know, I've been successful with eBay, and I've done a lot of web designing, and I've created a lot of websites, and there's so many different aspects of my business. And I also work for Google, and I have websites that I have put up there for Google's platform. And there's just so many things that I have done to provide for my family. And then some people misunderstand how it's possible for me to be able to take my family on vacations, because they don't understand how hard I've worked since I was a teenager and how hard I worked saving money aside so that I can be able to treat my family out to these things. So this is something that's been going on for years, and then some people get a misunderstanding thinking, oh, your success and you're able to do this because of YouTube, and they totally misunderstand all of it. Maybe I bragged a little bit and exaggerated about YouTube success with some family at one point, but it was just me in the moment, and I opened my mouth and really the source of my income. I'm very successful at what I've done in the past with e-commerce and web designing, and there's so many other aspects of my business. I've even done computer repair, and I was so good at managing my money. I was so good at it. And it may have given the impression that YouTube was like my big financial thing, but no, it did help. It did help promote my business. It did help promote my websites, because my websites were the most lucrative. And I've had faceless YouTube channels, which no one ever knew about except for me, and I've told a few people, and you would never know it came from me because it was faceless. It was basically educational about healthy foods. It was about healthy lifestyles. It was about technology. It was about so many different subjects, but yet I was getting revenue without even putting anybody's face out there, not even my own. Okay, so that was blended in with my revenue, and so that was a significant amount compared to everything else, because the content that we had created was, let's just say, YouTube wasn't so fond about advertising on that kind of content, because they didn't like to advertise on creepy clown stuff or scary stuff or even haunted stuff. You know, it was like if you didn't have some kind of sponsor or you didn't have some kind of deal, it was going to be hard to make that work out. And having memberships was a really good choice. That really helped me as far as supporting the channel. You know, having a membership area was really the only thing that was holding up the YouTube thing, because there were so many videos that were just demonetized because YouTube is so strict about, like, you can't do these ghost videos, you can't do these creepy clown videos, and even family content. They were so strict about family content that you couldn't even have adverts or advertisements on family content. So it was like, it's all for fun, okay? So yeah, YouTube did boost my, I guess, my presence online, you know, the visibility to my other websites and my faceless YouTube channels, but it wasn't the sole source of my income. It never has been. And it's a big misunderstanding. And I feel like I'm judged by some people because they think, oh, well, you're a loser. You don't even have a real job. That's all you do is YouTube. But they have no idea where I've been, where I've come to, and how hard I've worked to be where I am. And I'll tell you what, YouTube, yeah, it's a supplemental thing. It was a supplemental income, but I never counted it as a job. I counted it as a hobby, because my businesses, I had to maintain to make things work. And if I didn't maintain my businesses, I wouldn't be where I am. And that's just the bottom line. I don't owe anybody any explanation, but I feel like I need to just bring it up, because some people think they know it all, but they don't. They make assumptions. And I guess in a way it makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes when I'm walking in the neighborhood and I feel like I'm getting judged by people because, oh, look, you're that YouTube guy. You know, yeah, he's got this and that, oh, because he makes videos. Like, they have no idea, okay? I worked my ass off to be where I am. Okay? Never got a free ride for nothing. Nothing was handed to me. And say if I did decide to find a way to make it work out with YouTube and I was doing a lot of editing, I'm telling you what, editing is a lot of work. It's not a free pass. If you know how many hours I spent editing videos? I spent sleepless nights where I had insomnia, where it affected my health, because I was so determined to get a video out there. I was so determined to entertain everybody because YouTube was such a motivation. And it was like, wow, it's the next opportunity. And I felt like YouTube gives me a reason, kind of more like an excuse to go somewhere, to do something, to go on a family vacation, You know, I just like, hey, let's go here. We'll make some videos there. It's fun. And that was kind of a doorway to let's go have vacation fun. Let's go have fun. Let's go have fun. Let's do something fun. And I got so used to it, you know, because I can work anywhere. I could take my job anywhere. You know, there was a time where I was sitting in one place and I couldn't go anywhere, and I was limited because of my kind of employment. But I started planning ahead before I had kids. And it was a journey. It was. And I always wanted to be there for my kids, and I wanted to do what was best for them. So when things got complicated and I felt like my kids needed me, I either called out of work, called out sick, or I just had to quit because I needed to be there, and I needed to be that dad. I want to be that absent person, and that was just me. Because like I said, my kids are mean the world to me. They are my life, and family means so much to me. Family is the most important thing in my life. And no one's going to understand me unless they can be in my shoes and understand how I think. Just because you got other parents out there that don't give a crap about their kids doesn't mean that I fall in that category. Just because I make YouTube videos and go places, does that mean all I care about is making videos? No. What it means is I care so much about going places and having the opportunity to do those things and create those family memories, because that's what's important, being with family. Because sometimes being at home can be boring, even though it's an amazing experience to be home with your family. But I feel like sometimes when there's boredom, when you live in an area that has nothing to provide for you except for just a house and a place to go to the store, it's kind of like then maybe your kids will turn to social media or their smart devices just to pass time, and they become bored. And you know, so you provide that opportunity to take away the boredom and the distractions of the smart devices and social media by, hey, let's go to the beach, let's go to Florida, let's go here, hey, we can make some videos there and there. It's mainly about the fun, but I had to incorporate it into content so that I can be able to plug my websites and be able to advertise my faceless channels and be able to get out there so that I could be able to fund those trips and finance those vacations to create the content, which was in turn creating the opportunity to be able to do those things. Because I'm a very energetic person. I cannot sit still for anything. The last thing I would ever be called is lazy. And if I could find a way to have an opportunity to be with my family and me be the one spending the time with my family and not somebody else, then I'm going to take that opportunity. And I know sometimes I'm so hard on myself because I want to make this happen and I want to be the person that spends time with my kids. I don't want someone else who has no kind of sentimental or emotional attachment or even knows my kids, because they're not the parents. They know nothing about them. I don't want somebody to take care of my kids for me. And that's the way I've always been. I always wanted to be the parent that took them places, that had the experiences with them on vacations. That's the way it should be, right? And I know all of us can't be that way. There's a separation when it comes to family. It's called employment. It's called employee if you're not working for yourself and you're employed for somebody else. That's the setback. When you're working for somebody else, you don't have as much freedom to be with your family and take them places and enjoy those memories that you create. You end up having to pay a babysitter and someone else to be able to have those memories that you deserve to have. So between the pandemic and, you know, some of the opportunities out there that some of you are dealing with, I know we're all struggling right now, and I'm wishing the best for everybody. But I thought I would just say that all of you guys are amazing, and I'm all about family, and I'm hoping things are going to get better with this pandemic, and I hope it's going to be over soon. I'm saying stuff fast because I'm running out of memory here. But well, anyway, like I said, I'm all about family. I'm a family guy. I don't put everything out there on YouTube. I kind of keep a lot of things to myself because, you know, that's how it is. You know, I have entitlement to just live my life and not put my whole life out there on social media. Now, some people do, but I'm just not that person. But I thought I would share some of what was going on in my head because, you know, it's the holidays. I'm stuck here where it's cold and I'm getting a little, you know, seasonal affective disorder symptoms, you know, and I start to reflect on the times we had, and I miss those times at the beach and everything. Although I feel like maybe I kind of escaped too much, and maybe my kids got tired of it. But I just enjoyed the time that we had together, no matter where we were. But the beach seems to be the place where we were more engaging and less distracted by technology. But I guess that's going to be it for now. I guess on to the next thing here, if there even is a next thing. I have no idea. But those are just my thoughts. You know, thinking about the memories, being separated by the pandemic, and for some people, working jobs that keep them away from their family. So find a way to work for yourself. And I've been successful doing my own business in e-commerce. You know, even though it's a little slow right now, it'll pick back. The things that I have spoken about in regards to what's happening in my life, I know we're all dealing with these kinds of things, especially with the pandemic. But it doesn't mean that I don't talk about it. Just because everyone else is going through these things or similar things doesn't mean that I have to be quiet about it or hush up, because then I'm not sharing what's going on in my life with you. And as part of being a YouTube content creator, I'm sharing what's happening. And this is my take on what's happening. This is my life. And I'm opening a window so that you can see into that window to see what I'm willing to share. And so with that said, just because everyone else is dealing with these situations in the world doesn't mean that I have to keep my mouth shut about it. Because I'm going to share with you my perspective and how I'm handling what's happening. And plus, this goes way deeper than the pandemic. This is way deeper.
Yeah. Shimmer lip gloss?
Thank you, guys.
I got shimmer lip gloss. I got shimmer
Can you read
lip
what that says?
I'll help you open your I'm help stop.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead.
And you got shirt. And
I love these socks. Ooh, they're sweatpants. Really? I need it.
You would open your neck, press it up, Rana.
Oh my goodness, I feel cute today.
What?
I got a backpack. I needed a backpack and I got a backpack. I have a nice backpack. Oh my gosh.